Are you ready to take your organization to the next level and become a game changer in your industry? Then look no further. Welcome to Yokai Business Show, where we bring you the world's top business thought leaders to share their secrets to success, from leadership development to finance, marketing, self-development, human resource management, and much, much more. Our guests reveal the strategies, tactics, and mindsets that have made them so successful. So let's dive in and learn from the best in the business. Hello, and welcome to another great episode. And thank you so much for joining me. I know there's a lot of activities happening in our community right now for you to spare another time to be here with me. So I truly appreciate that. And I'm excited about today because today we're going to be talking about the step-by-step roadmap. How would you like to know what is coming? What is the roadmap ahead? You know, some of the things that we struggle with as entrepreneurs, there is no need for us to struggle with that if we just know somebody who's been there, who's done that, who has come up with a solution. And the reason we bring amazing guests like our guest here today is we want to help you avoid those pitfalls that many entrepreneurs are going through, because you're going to find out exactly what you need to do now so that you don't fall in the traps. So get excited. And, if you have your journal out, I'll be excited for you because you're going to dignify your discoveries today. Now, before we bring our guests here to talk about the step-by-step roadmap ahead, I want to encourage you on two things. One, if you are not yet a member of our community, you want to do that right now because you are missing out a great deal, because we've got great conversation happening in there. A lot of people are being helped as we speak today. And number two, if you are still looking to get started with your podcast, we've got great training we put together. If you want to know how to scale your podcast or even to monetize your podcast, we've got that covered as well. And also, if you want to know anything about leadership, our good friend Trevor Stockwell, my business partner, is in the community helping people right there. And you can just inquire about his leadership programs and you will be great. You'll be in great hands in there as well. Well, enough of that. So grateful that our guest is here with us. There you have it. Now, for those who haven't come across your work today and are curious what this is all about, could you tell us a little bit about yourself in terms of your background, your education, and experience in this area? Maybe you can cover some of your formal education there, and maybe you could talk about some of the clients you've helped, the results you've gotten for them, and that is the experience. And of course, talk about your success journey. Has it been overnight? Or have you worked very hard for it?
Thanks so much for having me. It's great to be here, and I love your program, and I love entrepreneurs, and just it's such a unique journey compared to working in a 9-to-5. So I think I got started when I was a teenager. My first jobs were working for entrepreneurs, and so that was exciting because I got a first-hand front row seat to seeing what it was like to be an entrepreneur compared to also then I was working in a fitness club, and compared to that, clocking in, clocking out. So there are so many advantages to being an entrepreneur, right? I mean, we just have a lot of freedom, a lot of choices, a lot of self-direction is required. And for me, definitely grew into it. And I always say, when I'm working with people, I always say, do you want to be a flash in the pan, or do you want to be a big thing for a long time? So my goal was always to be a big thing for a long time. And so that's kind of what I've been going for. I have had the privilege of, as a family, we've owned a restaurant and a retail store, a bookstore and a coffee shop. Also online, I host womenspeakers.com, which is the largest online directory of Christian women speakers in the world. I also have written 14 books. And I have a coaching program over at Marnie.com that is a courage and clarity coaching program. Plus, I do huge collaborations like summits with hundreds of speakers and things like that. So lots of background there. And I think maybe the other thing I want to just mention starting out was that you don't have to have any specific background in order to be a success as an entrepreneur. I barely graduated from high school, not really learning to read well until I was an adult. I don't have any college. I took like 2 classes or something. That just wasn't my way to learn. And so wherever you are, however you are, just know that I'm excited to talk to you today and encourage you to go forward and to be the best entrepreneur that you can be, regardless of your background. And in fact, I might even say because of your background.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you. Now, when it comes to these steps, in your opinion, based on what you've experienced and the help you've given to other business owners, what is the very first steps that people like me, business owners, entrepreneurs, need to take in this area to speed the whole process of getting to the goal and without losing their mind, without a lot of stress or even losing family time? What is that very first step that we need to take? Maybe explore why this step is important and the best way to take these steps. Maybe it could be very helpful to do that. And maybe finally, are there any tools around this area that make the whole taking of the steps much, much easier? And if people are stuck, what is it that they can do to get unstuck?
Oh, absolutely. I think that the key from my perspective, and this is what I always train, is that the key is to really get to know yourself, to really embrace who you are, how you think, what you know, where you've been, what delights you, where you want to get in the future. I mean, all of us are so unique. And, I just have you just right now, even just take a look at your thumb and that 1 inch of a skin on your body can convict or acquit you of a crime in a court of law. That's how unique you are. There's nobody else like you on planet Earth. So if we are to say, the very first thing you need to do is understand yourself and don't try to be or do somebody else's thing. You really want to get crystal clear about doing your own thing, about like how you can truly step fully into who you are, how you are built, and to master that. So starting out then, I just recommend taking a lot of personality tests, really tracking, are you the kind of person who's going to need accountability? Or are you somebody who's a self-starter and you'd rather not have somebody, holding you accountable? You're just going to go and you're going to get it all done. Are you the kind of person who loves deadlines or hates deadlines? Are you the kind of person who is terrified about financial risk, or you're really great at that? The more you know about yourself, the better you're going to be able to do your business, whatever it is that you want to go into. And you're going to be able to really help others to appreciate it and value it and actually even find it. So all of this could be, we could say that this is branding. Branding is what you are going to publicly present to the world. And that's where you kind of have to start, is with who you are, how you want to proceed, what you want to offer people. And, over at Marnie.com, there's a vision mission training over there. But I would say if you haven't done mission and vision work where you kind of get really clear about who you are, what you want to offer, who you're going to serve, that kind of thing has to be first. Because if you don't do that first, then you're just kind of wandering around trying to figure out something that you can't possibly figure out. So do the personal work first, and then the rest will follow.
Awesome. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. We covered, let me speak to Bill for a moment. Bill, what you've just had there, really simplified approach. If you can just pick that one up and apply it today, truly, I believe that it could change your game. So let's go straight and talk about the second step that business owners need to do. Again, the same format, really go deep into it so that people will understand what needs to happen. And the tools, maybe the website or the apps that can make this step easier. and how long it takes to take this particular step. I think if we understand these things, we will be able to comfortably take the right step. And for those in the audience that may find this difficult or very stuck, what is it that they can actually do today to get themselves out of this entanglement and begin to move confidently and in the right direction of where they want to go?
Right. Okay. So the next thing that you have to consider then is your audience or your product or your service. What are you actually going to bring to the world and how are you going to go about that? If you come at this with a very general perspective, it's going to be much harder. It's best to start with a small, feasible, reasonable approach to something that you can start selling, sharing, getting out there right away. So if you have a huge project that's going to take years to develop, let's say you're in science or something like that, that's a whole different thing. So I'm not talking about that. But if you're an entrepreneur just getting ready to get going, you want to have something that you can bring to the market very quickly. And even a lot of entrepreneurs are going to bring to the market a product that is under construction and that is available for pre-order right now, and it's going to be released. For example, let's say that you want to be a writer, you want to be an author, and you've got your first book is underway, and you can put that out on Amazon right now and start getting pre-sales and start making money even while you're writing your book. Whatever it is that you want to go into, you want to get down to the least possible common denominator there, the lowest level of entry. And what can you begin to offer right now that would be really valuable to people that they could start accessing even this week or this month? So one of the big challenges that happens with a new entrepreneur is that you wait until it's all perfect. It's all put together. I mean, one time we bought a retail store that needed to be remodeled. And we just kept the doors open the entire time. We didn't shut it down for remodeling. And even when we bought our restaurant, same thing. It needed to be remodeled. And we just kept the doors open during the remodel. And we had remodeling specials and remodeling offers. So whatever it is that you're doing, just get started, get going, and don't wait until you get everything perfect. Get it together enough so that you can satisfy the customers at the level that they're expecting, and then go for it.
Outstanding. I have to confess, I'm finding this whole conversation rejuvenating, and I'm so grateful for you to share these wonderful thoughts. Let's move on to perhaps our last step, our third step in this conversation. I know we will be able to explore more in the community, but what is the third step that business owner need to take in this area? And what's the best way for them to take this step and how to do it really? How do you actually go about doing that? If we can go a bit much into detail of doing that, that'll be amazing. Also cover some of the tools, if there's any tools out there that are helping people, and what are some of the secrets that may help individuals like me and business owners like Bill and Mary in the community be able to take this step confidently and begin to move straight forward to their goals.
Sure. So as you're going forward now you've got this start going and now you're kind of going to niche it down and you're going to build it up. So I said down and up in the same sentence. How does that work? So as you start to see who's liking your first initial product or resource, and you're starting to get a feel for what their input is and how they want you to tweak that or to change it to make it better for what they need, then you're going to be able to niche down into a tighter avatar. An avatar is the person you're serving. It's a specific person that you have in mind. They would be of a certain sex, of a certain age, of a certain income, of a certain education. All these things matter. And so as you niche it down, you're going to be able to level up your business because now you know exactly who you're serving and you can identify products or services, resources, whatever that they need next. And so it's an automatic way to build your business is by looking at what's working. And then in this section right here where you're niching down and expanding up, you're going to be looking for your marketing angle. The beauty of knowing your avatar here and figuring out who's actually drawn and compelled to come toward your stuff is that you're going to be able to market specifically to them. You're going to have this incredible insider information. Like it's like you know what's in their head, you know what they're thinking, what they need, and how you can give it to them. So the marketing angle is going to be the specific need that your audience has that you can fill for a reasonable amount of money. That's something that's within their capacity to purchase. Having said that, then you just want to really start thinking about that offer and how you're going to present it. And I hope we get to go into that next.
Wow. I could go on for another good hour here wanting to learn this because I'm finding this very useful. And I will be listening to this over and over and over again because the information we are getting here, Bill, is one that is truly poised to change what is happening in our world in this area. But before we conclude here, are there any other juicy tips, tricks, and secrets at this point in this area that you hope and want everybody to know about? And again, go in as deep as you would want, because I'm finding the whole conversation, the way you are structuring it, very, very user friendly and very easy to follow. And for that, I'm very grateful. So again, are there any juicy tips, tricks, and secrets at this point that you want our business owners to know?
I know, right? There's so much we could talk about here. So the last thing I do want to just bring up in this is about how to have a better offer. Most businesses literally don't have a great offer. And so what happens without a great offer, something really great to sell or to share with people, is that you have this attrition happen. So somebody will buy something from you. It'll be okay, but not great. They won't tell anybody about it. They won't renew or buy more things from you. That's the kiss of death for a business, but actually that's how most businesses behave. So what you want to do, if you want to really get a head start and get a jump on succeeding in your business, you want to come up with an excellent offer. And what I mean by that is the offer that it's that first offer, okay? That one that's okay and that they bought and that's what they wanted. Except then what you want to do is you want to add bonuses. You want to add bonuses that are actually worth more than the offer itself. Wow, big challenge, right? But as you brainstorm this, you're going to be able to come up with these offers, these bonuses that are going to take the experience of the user to a whole new level. So whenever they come in, they get something beyond what they were expecting. That now delights them. They tell people about it. They're excited to come back and see what you're going to offer next and what the bonus might be. And you can do this in so many different ways. But if you just put your brainstorming head on and you just think, what can I possibly give away with this, whatever, product, resource, book, whatever. And you're going to find that your people are going to become, diehard fans of your business. They're going to be sharing it with everybody. They're going to be coming back. If it's a renewal type business, they're going to be remaining in your organization, in your membership forever. Yeah, sure. So, of course, over at Marnie.com, which is my name, MARNIE.com, I have a whole mentorship program over there, and I'd love for people to come check that out. There's also a ton of free resources over there. So, Marnie.com would be, of course, my number one thing to recommend to you. Also, as a new business owner, I encourage you to check out E-Myth by Gerber, is the author, Michael Gerber. And the reason I encourage you to check out that particular book and process is because he encourages us to create our businesses as if they're going to be a franchise. You might be like, but I don't want to do a franchise. That's okay. The reason it's helpful is because it sets you up in systems and processes that are going to make you so much more productive, effective. You're going to be just able to do so much more when you set it up as if you're going to try to sell it as a franchise. So even if you don't even have that in your thinking right now, check out the E-Myth process because that's so helpful for that. Finally, acquisition.com, and that's spelled ACQUISITION, acquisition.com is a training. It's a free training program, which is incredible. And over there, you can learn how to make these offers, like I was talking about, these offers that are so compelling that people just love to talk about your business to other people. They love to make their renewal payment every month. They love to come see what you are offering new, and they become your biggest fans. So that's what I would say is eMyth, the process there, acquisition.com for the marketing piece and how to make awesome offers, and then Marnie.com for the full mentorship program.
Beautifully said. You know what? When it comes to these things, I've discovered that mindset do play a major role in getting people over the mark. And in your opinion, as an expert and having helped hundreds of people, what is the perfect mindset, or what is the right mindset that we business owners needs to have or should have in order to guarantee, to a certain degree, success for this? And maybe stated differently, what is the right mindset to help us thrive in this area?
Well, I think this is my favorite question so far because it all starts with mindset, right? Thank you for the opportunity to address this. So, the first thing I want to say is that as you are presenting your offerings, whether it's products or services or resources or whatever it is that you're trying to sell or get people to come into, I just always encourage you to invite versus sell. So when I'm inviting you over to dinner, that's a whole different feel than when I'm selling you a used car, right? Okay, so we just have this in our heads, a different kind of feel to that conversation. And so when I'm inviting women speakers to join us at Christian Women Speakers, womenspeakers.com, as speakers to be booked by planners, I'm inviting them to participate with us there. And there is a small fee involved. But even if you're inviting somebody over to dinner, they would have to take the evening off from the other things they could be doing. They would have to drive or get there somehow. They would probably bring a gift to the host. So there's always investment involved, even for free things. So if you view what you're doing as an invitation versus something you have to sell and pressure people into buying, just make the back to the offer. Just make the offer so compelling that they'd have to really be crazy to not take it. If they are your avatar, if they do have the money available or could get the money to buy what you're selling, and what you're selling meets their need, which is your job actually to make sure it does, then what gets to happen here is that we get to receive funds from people who connect with us instead of going out and shaking them, shaking the trees, shaking the bushes. Don't shake people. Just receive what they have in exchange for what you're offering. Invite them to participate and enjoy the relationship.
Awesome. This truly has been great. Is there anything I haven't asked you about getting started in this area that you wish, when you got started, that those who are ahead of you had shared with you?
I mean, there are so many things that we could say here, right? So first of all, the name of my coaching program at Marnie.com is Courage and Clarity Coaching, because if we have courage, like, I'm going to go start a business. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to start a business. If you have courage, but you don't have clarity, then what tends to happen is we run around like a chicken with our head cut off, busy, 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 spending money, spending money, spending money, but no clear outcome, no clear audience, no clear product, no clear path, no clear marketing. It's just a lot of busyness. And that courage can actually begin to fail when we don't see the results that we were hoping for. So the other part of it then is clarity. And the deal with clarity is you can have all kinds of clarity. You can know exactly what you want to do, exactly who you want to reach, exactly what you want to offer, and exactly how you want to go about it and how much you want to charge. But if you don't have the courage to do it, then you're not going to take action. So I think, when I'm working with somebody who's new as a speaker or new as an author, new as an entrepreneur, new as a leader, I take them through the courage and clarity coaching to make sure that we've got both of these well in hand so that together, if you took your right hand and your left hand right now and you put your fingertips out forward and you came together like an arrow in front of your body, that's kind of what's going to change for you. When you've just got your left hand over here doing courage and your right hand over here doing clarity and they're not coming together, you don't have much power really. But when you put them together like an arrow, you can slice through all of the objections. You can slice through all of the hassles. You can slice through everything that's maybe going to hold you back. And you can really go forward with an amazing plan that's going to bring you a lot of joy and delight.
Outstanding. Truly outstanding. Thank you so much for a great conversation, great interview. This has been very insightful, very informative, and really quite engaging. And thank you. And I never want to finish a great conversation like this without giving you an opportunity to share with our audience how you can be in touch with them or how they can be in touch with you. For I know for a fact that there are many people wants to carry on learning from you or even get into partnership with you based on our conversation here today. So could you tell us a little bit about your website or your social media handles so that we can connect with you?
Oh, thank you so much. And it's so great to just be here with you. What a fun time. Marnie.com is my main hub, and that's just my name. M as in Mary, A-R, N as in Nancy, I-E, Marnie.com. So easy, right? And then you can find everything there, the mentorship program, all the books I've written. I have a weekly radio broadcast as also. I host big summits that occur through the year so you can continue your education with other leaders who have gone ahead of you and forged the way and know kind of insider secrets. Also, you can find me at almost any social platform by using my name, Marnie, but with the word mentor in front of it. So Mentor Marnie, that's my YouTube channel and LinkedIn and Instagram, Pinterest, everywhere, Facebook, wherever you want to find me, Twitter. Mentor Marnie is how you can typically find me, or like at a few of them, it's my last name, Marnie Swedberg. So you can find all those links over at Marnie.com as well. And it's just been such a great joy to be here. And thank you so much. I just want to encourage you guys to just be brave. Have courage. Go out there and pursue your dreams. Start with who you are and get really clear about who you are, how you're built, what you really want to accomplish, how you want to experience life. And then I think the last thing I want to just throw in right here too is just the reminder that when you're starting a new business, it's kind of like having a new baby. And if somebody would say to you when you have a new baby, they'd say, well, you need to be getting more sleep. You'd say, yeah, but not right now. I'll get sleep in a couple months. When you're starting a new business, it's kind of like that. It's like you can't hardly breathe. You don't have time to do anything except the business for a little while. The problem is when you do that long term, if you keep doing that over the long haul, it's going to be a problem. So go ahead and invest strongly at first, but just remember this is a season for a reason. Life is going to get back to more normal and you're really going to love being an entrepreneur.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This has been quite informative conversation, quite engaging, inspiring, and all that is in between. So we are so grateful for our time that we've had together. Now, if you're not yet a member of our community, can I ask you to join that? Because we are going to carry on these conversations in there. So if you have a follow-up question, you may want to ask it in there. Our guests will be able to answer you there over the next few weeks, months, or even years to come. And you also have access to our great community who will be able to help you with the subject that we've been talking about today. So click the link below if you are not yet a member. If you are already a member, go back and reignite your passion, rather, and start the conversation again. Look, we created this to ensure that nobody is left behind. And I know when you are part of the community, you are not going to be left behind. So, well, thank you so much for great share, great information, and truly appreciate you very, very much for being so generous with your knowledge. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, live well, live with passion, know that the best is truly, truly yet to come. Bye-bye for now. Thank you for tuning in to Yokai Business Show. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode and have gained valuable insight and inspiration from our amazing guest. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review to help us spread the word. Also, be sure to check out our Leadership Ultimate Success Mastermind program, which is designed to help you and leaders in our community to do great things and support each other along their leadership journey. Until next time, live well, live with passion, know that the best is truly yet to come.